What's going on, YouTube, man? It's your boy Game Like Will, man, back with another video. In this video, we just gonna be chopping it up about how to be more selective when it comes to the dating game, when it comes to these women, man. And you gotta understand something. We're gonna jump straight into this. We're not gonna waste no time. You gotta understand this one principle, right? Because I tell guys this every day. And if you've been watching my channel, you've been tapped in, you know. You know I ain't lying. You know I ain't capping. I tell y'all every day, I say the same thing. This is when you know someone's not lying, when they say the same thing every day, right? I can't say I'm not getting paid for saying it. I can't say it. I have no reason to say it because, I do. People do get paid for making YouTube videos, even if they say the same thing over again. And I do get something out of saying the same thing every day because this benefits me and my dating life tremendously, actually, um, irreversibly, actually. And this is why I want to tell y'all, right? If you want to be more choosy and you want to be more selective, you know, um, in the dating game with women, basically what you have to do is you have to approach 15 women a day. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to. Even me, there's days where I don't want to go outside. There's days where I just want to lay around all day. There's days where, hell, I feel like that right now. Like there's days where I just don't feel like doing nothing. And I know by lessons learned in field and for the past couple months that if you don't approach multiple women per day, or at least it's 7 days in a week, at least four, it has to be, you have to be doing more than half. You have to. If you're doing, even if you're doing 4 out of 7 days, you're still going to suffer. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the game is rigged, the world is rigged, the women are broken, the women are choosy, the women are selective, the women they like a certain specific, every human being has a specific type. Even if like you the type of guys like, man, I don't got no type, on your sway Lee shit, and you like, man, I like what I like. You feel me? Like, yeah, they do too, but they're women and they've been called hoes since middle school, or been trained, or just teased out of even being connected to whatever it is they want to do, or freely, giving that box up, whatever the case may be, right? So they feel entitled to like, yo, I really got to make great decisions. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's a good thing. But what I'm saying is it's a bad thing for guys. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, it's like a difference in, like, what do they call it when you work somewhere? It was like I had a job somewhere and then I got a job somewhere else in the same mall, and then the people was like, you can't work here and there because that's a difference in something. I forgot what it's called. It's like a workforce term. Difference in, like, I don't know. It's a difference though. Like us men, we want to get out in the world and we want to smash as many women as possible, and then catch the one that catch us the most. You know what I'm saying? We want to marry or have a long-term situation with the one that's the most, we feel the most love for, the most special, or whatever. And even if the world was really nature still, before civilization, you probably wouldn't even have to cuff anything. It'd just be sex, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am, and then you move on, because that's really what animals do. And I think human beings are kind of like animals. I mean, we're obviously sophisticated and better than animals, but I'm just saying, as far as sexual nature, the woman is horny all the time. The woman, if we had a fucking camera in their room, they probably grabbing their rolls right now, playing with their shit. You know what I'm saying? So I say that to say, fam, is this, right? If you're a man, you really are hopeless in the game, and 80% of guys. And If you want to turn that around, you have to put in the footwork. It's no other way. You have to go to these stores. You have to talk to these women. And granted, it doesn't have to just be stores, you know what I'm saying? But you can utilize the stores, of course. But moral of the story, you have to put yourself out there, whether you're in school, on campus, you have to have somewhat of a life or create somewhat of a life where you're constantly rubbing shoulders with these chicks. Because, you know, at the end of the day, this is the moral of the story, right? If you want to be selective, then the question that I bear for the guy who wants to dispute this is, what are you selecting from? If it's 7 days in a week and it's only 4 weeks in a month, time is escalating, as we all know. It's escaping us right now as I speak. If I'm not putting myself around females, then how am I going to choose anything? You see what I'm saying? Because the universe so has it that if, first of all, everything on the planet is competition, first of all, unannounced to the people that went to school and learned about all mathematics and science and all this stuff. No one ever told you, hey, biology is competition. Reproduction is competition. No one told you that. So guess what? What you think? Oh, I'm gonna be on my laptop all day. I'm studying for exams. I'm about to go to my friend Denzel's house. We're gonna play 2K. We're gonna kick it all day, and that's gonna be the end of that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna chill and we're gonna talk about some bitches. Maybe we're gonna go to a party tonight. But even if we go to that party tonight, right? It's only like what, from 11 to 2. That's 4 hours of being around a bunch of sweaty individuals, a bunch of gaslighting, attention whores who you might smash one in the bathroom, but after that she's never gonna hit you up again, right? So I say all that to say is that, first of all, it's way more to game than what I'm mentioning, but I'm just talking about the initial beginning of, like, there's two roads a man could take when he first started learning game, right? It's road A, which is you're going to play around with game and you're going to be like indecisive if you even want to be a part of game and all that type of shit. And you're going to, like I said, approach women half of the time. You got guy B who's going to actually go out there and really make his footprint by approaching 15 or more women a day and actually understand, like, okay, if I'm gonna play a numbers game, I'm gonna really use the numbers game. I'm not gonna act like on Monday I looked at it as a numbers game, and then on Friday I looked at it as a fucking a fate again, like luck, like, or it's just like, the right woman's gonna walk into my life. I'm not saying it's not gonna happen, but think about the divorce rate, the marriage. Just think about the statistics, and then you choose what you want to do. I'm not gonna put a gun in your head and tell you what to do, but you know. So what I'm saying is, if you don't actively try to be a better person at whatever it is you want to do, and today the topic is game, then you're not gonna. How can you choose from an empty refrigerator or empty pot or empty anything? How can I be selective? I can only be so grateful that this one chick out of all the women on earth is here with me right now. And that's how, you know, bad things start to happen. That's how negative energy comes in and gets trapped into the situation, because let's be honest, you're a man, you're the leader. So the same energy you approach women with, you have to maintain. Whatever a woman do is what a woman gonna do, because in science, the man is the positive charge, the woman would be the negative charge. So women are naturally negative. Not saying they're bad people or they're assholes, but they're naturally cynical in the way they think, or they have insecurities. As a man, you're supposed to be secure. You have to go out there and really believe in yourself. That don't mean you're not gonna run into obstacles and situations, but it means that you have to actually try. That's all I'm saying. So don't get mad at the end of every month. Remember, it's only 12 months in a year. At the end of every month, if y'all ever come to me and say, yo, I don't know what's going on, I'm not good, I don't know what's going on with my dating life, have you approach 15 women every day for 30 days? Nah, man, I only did it for 10 days and then I stopped doing it. There's your answer. right? There's your answer. Because, like I said, it's more, I didn't say there's more chiefs than Indians, but in a way, if that could tie in to what I'm saying, I guess that would be the analogy. When I say it's more chief than Indians, there's more women that feel like I'm the prize. It's like a chief type of mindset than Indians. There's more. There's more people that are proud. Like, oh well, look, niggas need me. I'm listening to Lotto on the way home. I'm listening to Lotto and Sexy Red. Fuck my baby daddy. Fuck, She's saying fuck somebody she loved dearly. You're a stranger. You think she don't think that way about you? You're a little old stranger. Yeah, you might be attractive. You coming up and she talking to her, but it's the same. It's the same energy, my boy. So what I'm saying is, if you only approach a minimal, a little bit of women, how can you be choosy or selective? And we all know women like men who have their choice of cream of the crop. They could choose any woman. How you can never be that guy if you only talk to women here and there. You only approach women here and there. That's why I always say this is a lifestyle. It's not really a game. Even though my name is Game Like Will, it's a lifestyle. That mean you understand, right? Every time you put gas in your car, you drive your car. It only take 2-3 days for that motherfucker to get empty again. You see what I'm saying? When you approach a chick, the moment you approach them, if you don't do everything you could do to make them attracted to you, it's already bleeding out. The attraction is already bleeding out because they're cynical by nature. Women have a cynical way of thinking. Oh, he light skinned. He probably think he a player. Oh, he too short. He not my type. I gave him my number though. Gave him my Instagram. I ain't give him my number. I gave him my Instagram. It's not rocket science. When a chick like you, she gonna do everything she could do. You know what I'm saying? And a wise man once said, "Position yourself." I do believe that, right? When I was in college, I was never in college. When I was in Job Corps, which is like a college, it was it feels like a college, especially when you're out of town. Um, I all I did when I first got there, I smashed a Spanish chick at the mall. We took a trip to the mall on the bus, and it was the first week. My first week there, I smashed a chick, right? So starting off hot, right? And I used to just flirt with all my teachers. I used to just flirt with all the chicks, and I used to just be myself, really just vibing, right? And I was cool with my roommates, obviously, shit like that. So like basically by proxy, I can imagine that women was seeing me as a select guy or a chosen one, a chosen guy, a chosen man. Like who is this new nigga? You know what I'm saying? That was the energy that I felt coming from these chicks. Very curious creatures, right? But when you're out here just willy nilly approaching women, you are a stranger. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. So if you think you're gonna approach 10 women or 20 women and your dating life gonna be something to brag about, it's not. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. That's just for y'all fellas, right? It's probably gonna be some women see this video and be like, oh, that's what they doing now. They approaching every woman they see. Well, y'all already know that guys are doing that. Newsflash, right? And women cake on makeup and make us think they are tens when they really sevens. So, I mean, at the end of the day, y'all do what y'all do to attract us. We do what we do to attract y'all. But here's the real, kicker, right? Um, Fellas, you will never be selective that way because the goal is to be the type of guy that like how I was at Job Corps, like I feel like I could choose almost any woman. Now there was women who had other guys and things like that, but that was before I got there. But what I'm saying is like you don't want every woman anyway, but you want the door to be open to know like if I really wanted to try to get on that, there's a chance I could get that. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like what you gonna call it? Hold on. Like I said, if you think that you're going to do that way, That's not the way. You cannot. The goal is to be a selective man, right? That means the goal is to be the type of guy where you make it hard for women to get around you. You make it hard for women to get your attention. You make it hard for women. Nowadays, these women are making it hard for guys to get their attention, to get their whatever, right? And that's the problem. That's the problem. You want to be the guy who is dictatorial and leader like, where you telling her, hey, nah, listen, I don't want to see you today. Or if she get it out of pocket in front of you and y'all are chilling, hey, I'm gonna call my other shorty, da da da. Do you got it like that, chat? Do y'all got it like that? You know what I'm saying? Do you got it like that? Do you even got the balls to do it if you had it like that? Probably not, because like I said, you have to be approaching a number that is perfect for you, that you can actually do that. It ain't got shit to do with, oh, I'm a better looking guy than these guys, or so I'm Duke Dennis. I got this shit just for no reason at all. Nah, even Duke Dennis got 101,000 likes or 1 million. I mean 1 million subs on YouTube. Now he has that ability. Chris Brown sells out shows. My mom asked me, do I want to go to a Chris Brown concert? Like, so Chris Brown is in my generation or my sister generation, like a couple years older. My mom asked that. Now, so I'm saying that's how much work he's put in. Y'all just see the end result of like, oh, like, okay, this nigga look like he get bitches and then he got some bitches. Yeah, but he's also got a digital footprint, like a motherfucker that say like, okay, if she don't choose up, she gonna lose up. If she don't choose up, she gonna lose up. Her friends gonna ask her, girl, you tripping. Why you ain't get on that? See what I'm saying? So it's not always about physical attraction a lot of the time. It's about putting in work. And a lot of guys, and even hitting the gym or whatever it is y'all got going on, a lot of people that I respect, even they say information like don't go to the gym or whatever, or don't do all that extra shit for bitches, which I understand. But it's like you gotta have a lifestyle that you appreciate. That's my whole key message in this shit. And you got to make time to approach or go to stores. Even if you driving and you stop real quick at a store, okay, I'm gonna approach a couple chicks. Oh, I'm passing by a mall, I'm gonna talk to a couple more. It ain't nothing to talk to five at Stop and Shop, then talk to five at Walmart, then talk to five at, the gas. And you know what I'm saying? As you on your way home, you take 2, 3 stops. That's not nothing. But you're not making your whole life about women. You're just making sure you get the reps in, right? Because at the end of the day, how can you be selective? You can't be selective if this the only chick in your phone or this the only chick texting you back. And like I said, you could approach a bunch of women in a week and you still only got a couple that's really giving you any energy. And then that still could like sizzle off. Like it could narrow down to 1 or 2 women by the end of that week, by next week. You know what I'm saying? It could still be a struggle to get 1 or 2 of them on a date. You know what I'm saying? Or to link up. Because the energy women give you in person is not the energy they're going to give you after all. Not every woman. Now, some women are different than other women. That's nature has it to where that's the beautiful thing. But you have to continue to grind. Otherwise, it's a waste of time. And you might as well just get a regular 9 to 5 and just. I mean, even if I had a 9 to 5, I was getting bitches when I had a 9 to 5. I was probably getting not more, but again, everything is about where you're at and what the position and how hard you go. Like when I was working in the mall, I was literally giving out my business card to single mothers every day. I was working at the pretzel joint, down south, and I was giving my number out every day. Single moms, getting their sons and daughters pretzels. They love them little fucking pretzel bites. And so even the chicks that work in the mall, they fuck with that. So it's easy. Like, oh yeah, you look good. What's your name? Shit. You know what I'm saying, I know you getting this for your son and whatnot, but like, here's my business card. Hit me up. And you the pretzel guy, so it's like she sees you have a job. But I'm just saying, it's like you can't stop. You can't stop, man, because that's not what this is all about. So if you want to be selective, you have to just keep grinding. You have to keep going. You'll never be selective. That's like even like being a entrepreneur or a side hustle. Like say you selling something. Say you selling something, right? You selling stuff. You need whoever gonna buy it at first. But then once you make a couple sales and you get a couple consistent customers, that's when you can call the shots. Like, nah, I don't want to put my energy around this person no more. I'm just only selling to these people. Or I'm only Now you're quote unquote selective, and because you're selective, but that don't just come out of the blue. Yes, you can act that way from the beginning, which is still attractive, but it's kind of cap if you just acting that way. It's good to have that thought or that mentality for no reason at all. Because as a man, especially, you should value yourself anyway. But it's like that the chances of you showing a pinch of thirst is always going to be there. But anyway, like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy Game Like Will. Let me know what y'all think in the comments below. I'm out. See ya.